Good evening, everybody, to the Trumbull Day, Wednesday, April 28th meeting. Let's start with the Pledge of Allegiance. Kathy, please raise the flag. Pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America,
and to the republic
one nation,
which stands
Under God,
one
individual.
nation,
liberty,
under God,
for all.
individual,
justice for all. Excellent. The next item on our agenda is public comment. Bill, I don't know if we have anybody from the public that would like to make comment.
Sure. If there's a member of the public who would like to speak, you may hit the raise hand button at the bottom of your screen or press *9 if you're on the phone.
Hey, Bill, this is Preston. Can you hear me? Bill?
Yes, we hear you, Preston. And it doesn't seem that there's
I
anybody.
just seem to have a camera up there. I don't understand why. Do you have any idea why?
That's typically a problem with the webcam on your computer.
Okay. You guys are going to have to look at my pretty face of 40 years ago, I guess, then. Hold on. But
Look at you.
those are not my grandchildren, Joe. Those are my children.
Oh, good. I was just
They look a little bit different now, too.
excellent.
So,
So Bill was just being polite when he said it's user error is the thing.
Yes, polite. So, Mr. Preston, we've already started the meeting, as you may or may not know. And I'm going to move to the approval of minutes, and I will then turn it over to you.
I thought you were doing a good job. Okay, so I will second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Hi.
Aye. Minutes are approved. Back to tentative budget presentation. Mr.
I'm sorry, for my notes, who made the motion to approve?
I did.
Thank you, Dana.
Preston seconded it, and we all approved.
Thank you.
Nice job with the minutes, Kathy.
Are you taking over, Preston?
No,
or is
I think
Joe
Joe
gonna-
should be running this.
Okay, I just wanted to point out in the minutes that I did, at the request of Ms. Dial, put that she reluctantly removed her motion because she did ask that it be in the minutes. And if you had read them
Appreciate that.
carefully, you would have seen that.
I appreciate that, Kath.
Okay, Joe.
My
Back to
minutes
you.
did say reluctantly, so the good news is they were accepted as they were typed. Reluctance or not. First item then, Preston, if you'd like me to keep going, is Carnival. So if you want to give us an update.
Budget, Joe, tentative budget.
Excuse me, tentative budget presentation. I apologize.
Actually, that does lead us into a lot of, I would like to go through the budget items one by one, and if we can just, a lot of these go back and forth because we don't really have final numbers on sponsors and what we'd like to do. So if we're going to go line, if it's okay with everybody, if we can go line by line, then that's how I will proceed.
Good.
Okay, so the first item, and Kathy, thank you very much for drafting letters to different areas of sponsors. I have put in excuse me, nobody can see me standing up, but I
Put on your pants, Preston.
Please.
Oh, you can see me, huh? One second, I thought I printed this out. I
We
did.
don't have the budget, right? We don't have
Okay.
anything in front of us?
Yeah, do we have a budget?
Well, not a final one because we're going over line by line to.
I know, but do we have anything that shows the line by line?
No, I can send one out to everybody.
Yeah, that'd be helpful.
But I frankly, I didn't want numbers to be going out until they were final. So we had discussed some of the numbers before, but I wanted to revisit what we're going to do with sponsors and where we are right now. I'll tell you that we're overdrawn. We have I'm budgeting a loss because the numbers add up that way. However, I'm comfortable budgeting that loss for a couple of reasons. One is we do not have any supplement from the town. Two, we have a surplus left over from prior years of over $45,000. So three, I have every confidence in the world that even with the numbers that I'll be presenting to you, that if we have good weather, we won't be showing a loss, we'll be showing a profit.
So are there any issues that you
I'd
think
like to do this in detail, and then once that's done, I'm happy. It'll take me 5 minutes to send everybody a budget, and I can send it to you, Kathy. But I didn't want to have numbers that are subject to change and then have different versions of a budget going up in public.
Gotcha.
Okay, so the first line on the income budget is $19,000 for sponsors. Kathy, is that aggressive?
No, I sat with Rena Bacalor yesterday, who's the economic development person, and went over the sponsors that we've asked in the past. She gave me some additional ones. If everybody comes through as they have in the past, plus some additional ones, I think we can hit that number.
Okay, great.
I did send everybody a copy of the letter that I wanted to send out. So just because, I just wanted everybody's eyes on it. Typos, mistakes, I've been known to make a few, not many, but a few. So if everybody could just at some point, I'm starting to send the letters out, to the different groups, and I want to do that tomorrow. So I want to get them addressed and sent. So if everybody at some point could just take a quick glance at it, make sure I've got the numbers right, the dates right, the year right, the information right, then I can get those out the sooner the better.
Okay,
And they were in that email that you had previously sent us.
Yes, I sent you
Yes, perfect.
the letter with the dear blank line, and then
Yes.
also the sponsor sheet that
Yes.
has all the levels of sponsorship.
And there was one other,
I sent you the
Sponsorship
draft of the
form.
family sponsorship.
and the family sponsor. Thank you. Okay, so all three of those are part of that attachment email.
Yes,
Okay, Preston.
Kathy, I thought they were all great. I just wasn't sure, and I don't want to spend a lot of time on this. If we wanted to have a bronze sponsorship for a family for $25, I'm fairly ambivalent about it because as long as we're not creating more work than we need, it doesn't appear that we're putting them on any banners or anything. So I'm okay with that.
well, they're not going to go on lawn signs. They were going to go, we talked about scrolling them. I have no idea how to scroll them, but those young people on this commission who know about these things, if they feel we can scroll it on a screen near the stage, then we'll recognize them that way.
Okay, great. Is there anybody young in this committee who wants to volunteer to head that?
I think that's an easy thing if we decide. One of the things last month we talked about, Bridget, certainly you can correct me, was maybe having a big screen TV on the stage somewhere and then just having
Yeah.
a PowerPoint laptop and letting it go.
Yep, exactly. And I think
And then-
Jen had mentioned last week too, or last meeting rather, that she could take charge of that in making and creating the slideshow, and then whoever we need for assistance of setting up the physical television or whatever, we can get that. But I think Jen mentioned last time that she was going to handle that.
Yeah, so what we may want to do, Preston, is a gold sponsor's full screen, a silver sponsor, $50 is half screen, so you can get two families on there at that price, and then $25 is quarter screen, So you can get 4 families on the same screen at the same time, and that just saves us the work. I would
Sounds like
stay
a
away
good
from
idea, Joe.
lawn signs. Yeah.
And I wasn't sure, was that you volunteering for that position? And you're still young enough to do it, or was that Bridget?
Yeah, that's probably Bridget. I'm not
Okay.
young enough. But we'll get it done. That's a team effort. That one's easy.
Okay.
I
Jen,
think
if you're-
Jen's gonna take that.
we can't hear you.
How we get a TV on the stage that's weatherproof, and we can figure out that part. We have time to figure out.
Okay, thank you.
Agreed, we got that.
Okay.
Okay, now
So
that we've all volunteered Jen, she's trying to talk and we, we can't hear her.
So she is just, she's going to volunteer for everything that we have coming. She's even saying yes today. Okay, good.
Yes.
I have the rides down for $20,000. I think it'll far exceed it if we have a good year, good weather. Joe, you've been that responsibility has been taken away from you. That's the weather. Kathy has assumed it.
Yes, thank you.
Oh, you're very welcome.
Food vendors, I'm shooting back somewhat to Tracy. I have tentatively put down $7,500. Tracy, would you? Oh,
How many trucks is that? Yeah, we were saying we were going to aim to be about between 12 and 15.
I have 15, so at $500 each.
So that might be a little high, but we'll see.
Okay.
I don't know
Beer
if
and
you want
wine,
lower.
I have a revenue side of $7,500 and a cost side of $1,100, which again, if we have good weather, we'll exceed those numbers.
So you're thinking net about 6?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Fireworks I have down at $19,000. Kathy, you're okay with that?
I think it was 18.5 was the,
I have 19 down.
okay. Let me just look because it was in the
Entertainment.
minutes.
I have it at $8,500.
You'll be happy to hear that I'm at 6,500.
I make a move,
Just
we
because
change
it's-
the budget to 6,500.
Just because you have it doesn't mean you have to spend it, but as long as it's spent wisely, I think it's a sound. Sound, we have at 3,500. Is that high? What should that be?
That's correct, because that's the sound and lights. I'm pretty sure that is correct, actually.
Did you mean light as in part of the sound and light, or?
It's part of, yeah, the sounds and lights, yeah.
Okay. So we're okay with that?
Yeah, that's correct. I'm just confirming that.
Stage, Kathy, I have $1,800.
Did you look at what we paid for? The fee was wiped out for us, so we're just paying for the men who deliver it, set it up, and come and pick it up. So to me, that sounds reasonable.
Okay.
Hi, it's Jen. Can you hear me?
Yay!
Yes.
Hey, sorry. I
Only
dialed
when you-
in. I was on computer audio, so I don't know what was going on. I'm so sorry.
That's
I really
okay.
like talking.
Police, Kathy, I have down at $19,000. That's going to be an open item. I think we have to sit down with the police.
I think that's lower than last time.
I think.
Preston, can I interrupt just for 1 second? We had paid deposits for both the sound and the band. So because that's already been paid out and cashed, does that still go towards this year's budget because it's already been paid?
I would think not.
Because we've already paid 1,200.
It's based on, I would think that it's included in the surplus, but I'm not sure if we paid that last year. we didn't have a carnival last, or a Trumbull Day last year, so we didn't ask for that information.
Yeah, so we paid $12.50 deposit for the sound, and we also paid another, I think, $12.50 for the band.
So that would come off the 3,500 for the sound then if we've given them a deposit.
So why not?
Correct.
No,
I just wasn't
2,500.
sure.
So if we make the sound budget 2,500, is that fair?
Right, so we paid 25, I'm sorry, we paid 2,500 already for Parrot Beach. And then we
So-
paid,
Right.
So the entertainment, we've already paid 2,500 toward that.
yes,
Okay, so, and we, from last year.
correct.
Okay, so do you have any problem with us lowering, considering that, do you have any problem with us lowering the budget to $6,000?
No, I mean, I think we're good then,
Because
because then,
I'm
yeah, 'cause
making,
we're
I
at
am,
6,500 right now, so.
and it's making an assumption that the fund balance that we're working with in the budget is correct, and includes those funds. We'll have to confirm that with finance, but it probably is, I would think. Kathy, wouldn't you? Or we?
Well, you're the accountant, I'm not. If the money would be out of, we've paid them, so.
If we
Correct.
paid them, so the question is, were we given a fund balance as of the end of last year, meaning starting off, or?
We were given a balance as of the day I asked her. It's a special agency account. That was the balance she gave me that was in
Okay,
the account.
okay,
So
so,
it really would have nothing to do with what has already gone out for entertainment.
well, actually, it would have everything to do with it because it's already absorbed that $2,500.
Well, the money, in other words, Kath, the money's still sitting in that account. We never paid them.
No, we did pay them,
We
so it
did
would have been
pay.
taken from that account.
Right.
Yeah,
Thank you.
we've paid out $37.50 at this point between the band and the lighting, sound and lighting. We
Okay,
paid
then it should already
$3,750.
be out of that balance then.
Correct.
Okay,
Okay, we'll have to confirm that, but
okay.
we'll move on. Advertising, I have at $2,500. Dumpsters, the $350. Fire marshal, I do not have a number in there, but I do have the fire department in there. Last year, in 2019, I don't believe there was a fire marshal cost.
There was not.
Okay. EMS, I have is $1,300, miscellaneous, $1,000. Tables and chairs, I have $2,000. Toilets, I have at $2,400, and generators at $1,800. Those numbers, based on last year, are all fairly, they're generous, I think, and I think that, and based on comments, there may be some small adjustments, but I think we're in the ballpark there. And if we have good weather, we're not going to have any problem with revenues exceeding expenses. So you've got the detail of these. I would like to confirm our fund balance before this goes out. And so I'm going to ask you to defer until next meeting. In the meantime, after I confirm the fund balance, I'll send this all out to everybody for the next meeting to approve at the next meeting.
So Preston,
Excuse me,
you
this is
want-
Tracy. Sorry, did you take off, Kathleen, you mentioned at the last meeting, fewer chairs, or did you guys already make those
Yeah,
adjustments?
I made an adjustment for
Okay.
that.
Preston, you want me to verify that the checks for the band and the sound system are out of that account?
Kathy, I'll call Dan tomorrow, and,
Okay,
okay. I want you to take the lovely minutes that you've taken so far.
Can I ask a question, just because we're talking about this? Can you,
That was one question. Would you care to ask another?
specialty agency account, can I have the balance?
As soon as I have it. That's what we're confirming.
Oh, okay. All right. If you could let us know, great.
So, that is the budget. If anybody, I was hoping that on the detail side of it, we would, if anybody has any issues with the detail, we can really, after you looked it over and see what the fund balance is, again, even if everything went, if we had rain the entire time, the special agency or fund balance would be able to absorb that, but we're not looking for that. I will, next to the numbers that I send out, will show a budget for what would happen if we had all rain, and what I expect would happen to our revenues and expenses in those cases. In that case, obviously revenue would go down quite a bit. Expenses also would. That being said, I'm not asking for a motion to approve because it's not final. Can we move on?
Yep. Carnival.
Okay, who's giving that presentation?
I assume you are. Anything new on Carnival, Preston?
Nothing new on the Carnival, Joe, and the rest of the committee. I do know that there was a carnival, and I believe in Middletown. It's ongoing now, and reports from that vendor indirectly are that they are going to town, and it's quite busy. I think the restrictions that just came out yesterday or the day before, I'm not sure, I'm losing track of time, can do nothing but help us. And I'm not sure if we'll be requiring masks or not, but that'll be up to the guidance we have. But I'm expecting for us to have a very successful carnival and Trumbull Day with good weather.
Good report. Do we need a motion?
For what?
now,
I think we're good.
And fireworks. Kathy, anything new on fireworks?
no, we're good. Contract is signed. I do want to ask that they perhaps not drop off at 8 o'clock in the morning because the fire department charges based on how many hours those fireworks sit on site. So I will talk to Megan McCarthy and see if we can change the time of delivery.
Excellent. If you could let us know, that would be wonderful.
I always let you know.
Food trucks. Miss Tracy, welcome home. Back.
Thank you. Yeah, it was a quick one night, unfortunately, and it was the night of our meeting, but I was able to watch, which was pretty cool that we're recording. So thanks to Bill and everybody at Town Hall. Food trucks, we still have the same number paid. This is what my my colors look like. So I've got the paid 2
Ooh.
still. So this is we're at the point where where I'm chasing everybody for make sure you get all the paperwork in. I've been talking with the health department. I reached out to one truck who I know has an itinerant license already with Trumbull. So I'm hoping that they want to do this. It would be great for trucks who are already putting the money into getting the license with the health department to get more bang for their buck too. So that is a truck called the Melting Truck. They do grilled cheese sandwiches and things. So that would be great. I'm waiting to hear back from them. So my green are the 2 paid. Yellow, we have 7 in that category. Those are all the people who said, basically that's the checks in the mail category, that yes, we're in 100%, we're getting our paperwork out to you. And those are all returning vendors. And then there are 3 in the I'm waiting to hear back from them category that they hope they can make it. and they're going to get back to me to let me know for sure. And those are Durbecue, Tacos Azteca, which is Juan, who we've worked with before, who's wonderful. He has a couple trucks he keeps stationary in Norwalk, I believe, and he's in the process of building a new truck that will be the one that would travel to events. So if it's ready. So I told him I'd call him end of next week. Hopefully he'll have an answer for me if he's able to get it done in time. And if not, I'll reach out to another taco truck. And then there are 5 in the category of I've contacted, but I have not heard back yet, that are either returning or an area we need, like a seafood truck. Lenny and Joe's I've not heard back from, and they may not be doing their truck. I don't see it as part of their website anymore. Some businesses have changed because of the pandemic, so I'm still trying to even figure out who's still in business, who's still doing a truck. So I've reached out to Zabo's Seafood, and there are some other seafood ones I could reach out to if I don't hear from them. So again, trying to get variety, trying to only get one of each type. Except for the hamburgers and hot dogs, which the band always does and Vazzi's Canteen always does. So those are items that always go. So that's the only one that we'll have more than one of. And then of course the dessert people, the ice cream people, World's Best, Michelizzi, Milkcraft. And then we'll have the mini donut people back and popcorn, Little Kennels, kettle corn. So there are 5 trucks there that do desserts. So all in all, that would be, if they all end up being a yes and everything comes in, it'll be right around that number that we're looking at. So I'm just kind of waiting for everything to fall into place, hear back from everybody. There is someone new in the health department, but her and I are in contact. So now we just check off boxes.
So you're comfortable that we have enough prospects?
I think so. Yeah. When I added this up earlier in the day, I thought, oh boy, and Kathy and I had talked about, I said, it's a tough year. I don't have as many as early, but we also got started late. So, we may end up lower than I'm pretty sure we'll end up lower than what we have been in the past, but we said that's sort of the goal as far as wanting the trucks to do well and be busy. But we want to have enough that there's variety and not really long lines for attendees either. So I'm hopeful with the few that are in that orange zone of I'm getting back to you, I'm checking my dates. But if not, as soon as I hear back from them, I have, kind of a couple from each category or from each type of food that I've reached out to say, are you interested? So I'm still kind of cold calling and emailing random ones here and there because maybe one will pop up. And there are new trucks all the time. I'm amazed. I have a master list of 100. And every day I see a different truck who pops up and is new to the business. So I think we'll be good. But
so if you need our help, let us know.
Okay. Yeah. If I need help making phone calls or following people, it's hard, working full time and making those calls. And when I'm available is lunch and evening. And that's when they're serving. That's when they're busy. So it's hard timing for us. But it'll work out. It always works out. So I'm hopeful.
And if you get us your spreadsheet for the next meeting, the ones that are yellow, or whichever color that you wanted help with, we can divvy them up.
So the ones that are checks in the mail, we're definitely in. That's the 7 and the 2 are already paid. So that gives us 9 that I'm very confident about.
Okay.
Yep.
Any questions on food trucks?
No.
If Preston's right, Trace, we may end up with a bigger crowd than we did 2 years ago. So we may have to think about making sure we at least get to our magic number.
Yes, I agree. And I've been telling them all that. I think everybody's ready to get out and do things and enjoy each other, enjoy the town and the time together. So I think it will be busy. And I think they'll all be busy. So
we're going to sell this as COVID fever is over, however we want to do that. Excellent job. Thank you. If you need us, yell.
Thank you. I will.
I assume, Preston, you want me to keep going. Entertainment. Anyone in charge of entertainment that we know of?
I'd be happy to report on behalf of the entertainment chair.
Please do.
All right. As noted before, my budget is now at $6,500 or my $8,000 request is unnecessary because I'm now at $6,500. Friday night, I was able to book the Bernadettes, which is a local favorite. Everyone, they've come to town hall, but they get a really big draw, like at Captain's Cove, and like they have their own following. And I think they play like a really great variety, so it's a good like demographic. And I think that'll be fun for a Friday night. So Kathy, I forwarded their contract. They don't need a deposit. We'll just pay the night of. We'll pay them, and they're $1,000, but they're a 7-piece band. So I think that that's a really great use of funds. And again, I think it's a great draw. So it'll just bring that many more people to the event on the Friday night. So they're going to do, pretty sure their set was going to be from 7:30. I think we might have done like 7:30 or 8 o'clock as the time, which is, we can change that if necessary, but so they're all set for that. And then Preston mentioned that Tony Silber had reached out and his band wanted to play again. So I think he'll be good for Saturday during the day, and his band is $500. So that works out nicely. And they can play midday on Saturday, and then we'll have a break between them because I'm sure Parrot Beach is probably going to need a little bit more time to load in and get all set up. So, and then Parrot Beach will headline, and they're all set to do an 8 o'clock set and take a break during the fireworks, and then they'll come back on afterwards. So we started promoting them on Facebook, and then if Tony's band has any additional information or a Facebook page that we can link, we'll do that as well. And the same thing with the Bernadettes. So I think we're in good shape for music, and it'll be good draws. And again, if the weather's great, I think we'll be in for a really rocking weekend.
Awesome job, Bridget.
Great report.
Thanks.
So we're done with entertainment then, as far as needing to look for anyone.
Yeah, I don't think we should put anything else in, because Friday night we really don't have the time to put more than another band. And I just, and I feel like one year we tried to do 3 bands on Saturday, and it just seemed really rushed, and we were kind of like squeezing them in. And I don't really think that's fair to the entertainers, to be honest with you. So I think that this is a good little lineup.
Excellent. Nice job.
Awesome. Thanks.
Joe, do we want the goats and costumed characters?
I guess if we consider them entertainment, we can do them now.
Well, the goats are free. You know, that's the good thing about the goats. So the woman who owns the goats, she had to bail on our Healthy Kids Day because she sprained her ankle or something at our Healthy Kids Day at the Y. But I think by July she'll be good to go. She was very disappointed she couldn't trot them around. So I think they'll be happy to be at Trumbull Day.
They were a big hit. They really were. They were a big hit.
Yeah.
As was Spider-Man and Paw Patrol.
The costume characters, that was something that Vinny arranged, right?
Oh, okay. Okay.
I mean, if Vinny doesn't have those connections or, needs help with that, I can look into it. But I don't know. I don't know who they were though. So
Okay.
have to find out.
I'll send Vinny an email.
But I can do the legwork on that if that's
Okay.
needed. Do you want them? I guess is a question.
That's kind of what I'm asking. Do we want to do that?
How were they received? I don't remember.
I thought the kids really enjoyed Spider-Man and then the little ones with Paw Patrol.
Okay.
I don't know who's as popular now. I do the pink one with the pink Poppy. I don't know, Bridget, yours are little.
Oh, for Paw Patrol, the pink one is
No, I was talking about other, like there's Poppy, there's Bluey now, there's Paw Patrol is still big.
Oh, like the trolls? The trolls would be Poppy, right?
Yes, I think she's a troll.
Yeah. I mean, the guy who, if we could get the people who did the last time, that guy was terrific. I mean, he went on rides with kids. Like if Vinny could reach out to that guy again,
Okay,
if Vinny, but again, if Vinny can't do it, I can
Okay.
do it. I just need to know who it is. That's
Okay.
Yeah, I would definitely, because he was a hoot and like he loves doing it. And but when he went on ours with the kids, it was like they ended up in the paper, I think. So I'm gonna have to log off to go to that other meeting. I'm really sorry.
So make
I'd
sure.
I
like
think we
to-
still have quorum,
make a-
right?
I'd like to make a motion that we approve Bridget's report on entertainment. Wonderful report.
Thank you very much.
I'm just looking, we got Bridget, Tracy, Joe, Jen, Dana.
Right, because then you have
1, 2,
5.
3, 4.
We have 5.
Do
We have
we?
5. Jennifer,
Yeah.
Preston, Dana.
Then Preston,
Joe, and me.
Tracy, Joe, and Dana gives you 5.
Okay.
All right, so
Bridget,
sorry.
Thank you.
Thanks so much, guys. Okay,
Okay.
Bridget.
bye-bye.
Okay, next on the agenda is Showmobile. Kathy, give us a 30-second on Showmobile.
It's booked, it's done, it's fine. It'll be delivered early in the week and picked up when they can.
Excellent. You still have 26 seconds if you'd like to say something.
Da, 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 da.
Excellent.
Just, Joe, I just want to remind you and as a reminder, to remind me that we make sure that the showmobile is tilted toward as you're looking at it, to the right, so we don't get the waterfall should it rain over the
Yes.
electrical box.
I remember that, and also we may want to look at the layout, which is not part of the agenda. I know it was early in the process, but that showmobile and layout should all go together.
Yeah, yep.
Okay.
Excellent. Dana, Rotary involvement /
Yes, the
fine
process has been started and I don't anticipate any problems.
Okay.
Okay, I have, Preston, are you home tomorrow? I need you to sign the liquor permit.
I'll be home. I'll be in the office most of the day, though.
Okay, all right. I have it done and printed out and I have the check for it, but I have to get the signatures for the police chief, the fire marshal, you, a whole bunch of people. So that's my plan tomorrow, is to get those signatures, and I'm going to scan everything to the state and mail the copies of it. Hopefully they'll start working on it as soon as I get the scan. So I'll be visiting you tomorrow.
And the waiver was approved last night at the Board of Ed. Nice job
The
to
waiver was
Kathy and
approved.
Preston. Yep, so the beer and wine sales can be done by Rotary.
Excellent. Vendors. Thank you, Preston. Thank you, Dana. Vendors. Anybody have a vendor? Do we? make a
Well,
decision
so
on vendors?
that's my area. So this is one we haven't made a decision on whether we're going to have it or not. So I haven't done any work on it other than I have the Discovery Museum will be happy to come and have a tent if we'll have them. They want exposure because they're in the process of reopening. But beyond the Discovery Museum, I have not ventured out because I really wasn't sure if we were going to have them or not. So I'd like to know what the committee would like to do, or what we can do. I know there was a space issue because of the requirements for the carnival.
I will say we have 3 nonprofits who would like to set up. One is that Friends of Abby.
Okay.
One is the veterans who would like to sell their poppies because they have been unable to be outside the supermarkets. And the other one is the fire department that's there, usually sets up a recruitment tent. Then
Right.
there is somebody that I know an email came, I think Cindy has it, it came today. So, or it was a phone call, somebody asking if we were having vendors. She is a traveling florist and she would like to set up a booth.
So anyway, but I mean, I am quite sure I can get some people in tents. It's a question of if we can have them, if we want them. I I mean, my original plan was to reach out to Rita Bacalar and check on local businesses that would like tents, not to sell things, but to have exposure, you know, and you know, and do whatever, but, and maybe have one, you know, well, and then I don't know what all the parameters are, like if we can have a face painter or not, because that's touching people's faces. So I don't know if we can do that stuff. Of course, if we did do that, we'd only have one face painter.
I would be real hesitant on the face painter.
Yeah.
Because I know for the parade, marchers have to mask.
Yeah.
You know, so if you're out in a large crowded area, the
Right.
CDC guidelines are masking. So I might skip the face painter, but maybe a tattoo,
Right.
hands or
Or
arms.
some other kind of
Yeah.
decorative thing. But this first question is, can we have them at all?
I think I'll speak from the layout standpoint. I don't mind having them, but I would like to keep the number low. My
Like
number's
to,
10,
what's a 10? Okay.
10, 12
Okay.
the most. Put them in
10,
a
10.
long line, put them 10, 12, 20 feet apart and not have to worry about it.
I agree. And that they should be bringing their own tents.
Okay. All
And
right. And then
and-
the other question, I'm sorry, I do have to go to another meeting, so I'm sort of trying to rush through this. The other question I have is, I mean, in the past, we've had nonprofits there and we didn't charge them, but we did charge for-profit companies. So would we do the same thing? And I think we charged $100 for for-profits. So would we stick with that?
I have
I don't
no
see any
problem with
reason to change it.
I'm sorry, I overspoke somebody.
Go ahead, now, go ahead.
I have no problem with going with the $100. I would like an approved list of what they are selling before they agree. Anybody who's coming in, whether a nonprofit or not, I'd like to make a returnable $50 deposit. If they show up, they get it back. But we've also had problems with people saying they're going to show up. We block the space for them, and then they don't show up. So, Kathy, is that a problem from the finance side? I mean, any nonprofits, we'd have to give back the $50 is really if they showed
So
up.
we would charge the nonprofits $50 to hold their spot and then refund it totally.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. The other thing, Joanne, you may want to do, because Kathy made an assumption, even though she's probably right, you may want to get the health department person's name from Tracy and then
Okay.
just shoot them an email and say, is there any restrictions on vendors before I start asking?
Okay.
I'm sure that's a moving target. You know,
It has
there's-
been. Definitely has been. And it's about to change completely. So it's, yeah.
Yeah. Just, I hate to have you say yes to somebody and have to go back and say no to them.
Okay. So I'll get started on this and I will keep you all apprised of what's going on. Okay.
I just
If you need
emailed you,
us, let
Joanne.
us know.
Thank you, Tracy.
Thank you,
All
Joanne.
right.
Okay.
You're good now, I forgot.
I'm going to pop off because I'm sorry, Kathy.
No, I was just going to say, I'm just making sure we still have a quorum with you gone and Bridget gone.
I don't
Yes.
vote, so I don't
Doesn't
count.
vote.
Oh, that's right, you don't.
All right.
You
I'll
can
see
go,
you
you can go anytime you want, Joanne. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, bye.
Bye, Joanne, thank you.
And Lisa's
Next-
here now, Kathy. You saw that? Lisa Hughes is here now.
No, oh, hello, Lisa.
Hi, Lisa.
Have you been here long, Lisa?
I've been here a few minutes.
Okay, I just need to put when you came in, so I'll put 7:40.
Okay.
I make a motion, we put Lisa on all committees that she wasn't aware of.
We've already assigned her too much, Joe.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Listen, I've already been through the PTA mill, so I'm pretty used to that.
Perfect. You know the drill then. Don't stand up. Okay, moving on to sponsors.
I'm ready to go as long, I'm ready to send it out as long as nobody finds any blatant errors on the letter. I did send it to Vicky. She looked at it. We put in something about the financial toll that the pandemic has taken. And as soon as I know, I've already started the letter. So if there's anything that needs to be changed, I can just go in and change it. But if they're good to go, they'll be in the mail by Friday. Today's Wednesday, by Friday.
Yeah. So the idea is to send it regular UPS, regular mail?
Regular mail. I
Okay.
send the letter on town stationery, and then I send the sheet, the sponsor sheet with it.
Kathy, everything looks good. I looked through them. Do we need to specify the rain date is for the carnival for Sunday, July 4th? Or no, I just wonder if people are going to think that's the firework rain date.
On the letter?
On the letter, it probably doesn't matter
Yeah.
much on the letter, but I don't know. I just noticed it just says rain date, July 4th. If we want to start getting in the habit of saying carnival rain date.
That's a good point, Tracy. I agree.
So you want it in the letter and it needs to go on the sponsor sheet? I think it's on the sponsor sheet.
The top of the sheet in the red, this one, it just says.
Oh, that
rain
one.
date.
Okay.
I don't
Okay.
think you specified a rain date on the other ones, but like with the
I
food trucks,
didn't.
I'm starting to let them know the carnival rain date is Sunday, the
All
fireworks
right.
is the
I
following.
will fix the sponsor sheet. That's a good point. Thank you. See, that's why you need more eyes on it.
Kathy, just to be clear, the rain date for the fireworks is Sunday, would be the 11th, correct? Or is that
10th. I think we have the
Saturday?
10th.
No, it's
It's
the
the
10th.
10th? Okay, so it'd be Saturday the 10th.
Saturday the 10th, yeah.
But,
All right, fix sponsor sheet.
well, we're not
to
gonna have
that one.
any rain anyway, because you've already guaranteed that to the Board of Ed.
Yes.
Excellent. Atta girl.
Hey,
Perhaps
Kathy.
a late afternoon spritz because it's summertime, but
Oh,
Hey, Kathy.
yes.
I see a word missing in the third paragraph. Do you want me to email changes
On the
back to you?
letter?
or-
No, I have the letter right in front of me. What's missing?
The third paragraph, the first sentence where it says the pandemic took on many businesses, so it's difficult. It probably should be so it is difficult.
Well, not the way I
Do-
talk. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Good. Nobody caught that. Perfect. Thank you.
Somebody caught it.
Yes. One
And
of
you knew it was there anyway. Kathy always sticks these little,
I was just
Errors in there.
testing you. I was just testing you.
that's true.
Yeah, the only thing that we need to actually vote on and approve then is the family sponsorship piece that I sent you.
Okay.
And decide if you don't want the bronze, if you just want gold and silver, we'll do gold and silver.
I'm good with going with the bronze.
Okay.
How, is that, do we need a motion to do that, Joe?
We can do that. I will entertain a motion to include gold, bronze, silver, and bronze sponsorship levels for family sponsors, please.
Yes.
Thanks, Lisa. Second?
Second.
Sorry. Who's
You can
seconding?
motion to move.
I didn't
Okay.
hear who seconded. I'm sorry.
Lisa, maybe?
Lisa made the motion.
I need a second.
And-
Preston will, Tracy.
Sure, you could put me.
Okay.
Tracy seconds. All those in favor?
Aye,
Nice.
Any
you
opposed?
can't see my
Any
hand.
abstentions? Anyone getting tired?
Eh,
Okay, moving
Aye.
forward.
The
Jen, you
only
keep it up. You're
sponsorship
gonna
that
be on
gets
lots of committees,
wristbands,
Jen.
The what?
I just want to make sure the only sponsorship that gets wristbands are these larger corporate ones.
Yes.
Correct? None of
Yes.
the family stuff. I know you guys
No.
talked about that last
No.
time. Okay.
And that's why I didn't put the band sponsorship that Bridget talked about, because the lowest corporate sponsorship or business sponsorship is the $1,000 one. So I didn't want to confuse
You
things.
did remind me, I apologize, Kathy, you did remind me of a question I was going to ask.
Okay,
If we go back to gold, silver, and bronze, the idea behind it was family sponsorships.
yes.
What if a business wants their business on the screen for $100?
They're going to be on the banner.
$100.
Oh, no, only those,
Well, why could not a business, if a business wants to have a family sponsorship, let them have it. For
That's my
$100.
on the sponsorship, there is an other category. If you're not going to do the sponsorship, there is an other place for donation. So if anybody does less than the corporate sponsorships, they can go on that screen then.
All right, so let me just throw this at you, so again, we're on the same page. The idea was that we'd have a TV on the stage
Mhm.
for $100. Your name is going to be on there as a whole page. If you're a business, you'd have an opportunity to have your business name on there for the whole page, and it would cost you $100. We noted this as a family sponsorship, but do we want to call it something else if Preston doesn't care whether they're a business or not?
I guess my concern would be that, I don't know.
We're giving a lot of choices to people.
What about friends and family?
Friends and family sponsor?
Or business and family to make Joe happy.
It doesn't matter to me whether we do it or don't do it, but you're going to get phone calls, so we should decide tonight. A business might say, for $100, put my name up there on the stage. What do I care?
Who's that one going out to? Who's the family one going out to, and how
It
is
would
it going out?
it would just be going on the Facebook page and the Trumbull Day website page.
So we all share through social media.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
We could table it and think about it, but it's going to, somewhere along the line, somebody's going to ask us.
I think we have to kind of make a decision if these letters are going out this week.
Good.
I'm hesitant to give. Well, I'm thinking if businesses are going to get their advertisement for $100, are they going to pay the $1,000 to be on the banner and get the little perks that come with it? I'm trying to avoid losing our big business sponsors to $100 on a television set.
Kathy, how do you normally recognize the ones who do other when they check off other? Does that ever?
They go on the website, they go on the social media page. I think we only had one that was $250, and I think we stuck it on the corner of the banner. I think just to make sure it was recognized. But we didn't have this other setup at that point, so I didn't want to ignore them.
But no one's going to know their names on the stage, part of it. So maybe we just say, no, I'm sorry, that's just for family and friends and be done with
Non-business.
it.
The other one's
For
businesses. These are
non-businesses,
other.
yeah. It could be the Smith family owners of ABC Landscape, they could do it as that. And I don't have a problem with that, but I just think if you start putting,
That's maybe if you keep like friends and family, then like if somebody wants to do friends of family of Mex on Main or something, or friends of Mex on Main, or maybe somebody's friend wants a little bit of for $100, but at least friends instead of, because I agree with
so
you
we'll
about the
call it
business.
friends and family sponsorships.
Because I think you're right. If you can get an advertisement for $100, especially with COVID, why would you pay $1,000?
So I'll call it friends and family sponsorships, and we'll see what comes in.
Yeah, I mean, we can even deal with it when we get them. If we get 5 of them, who's going to care? I mean, if we got overwhelmed with them, I guess that's a problem we want to have.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll change that to. I'll change
Friends
that
and
to
family.
friends and family.
And the
Thank
only
you.
form of payment is going to be check. It's too bad we can't do any kind of Venmo or PayPal or something, because that's so easy for, like for the family ones. When you share it through social media, you're going to find people who want to just make a quick, some sort of online donation. I know I just collected for Teacher Appreciation for Madison, and they go online and do it all through our online system. So I don't know if there's a way to set it up on the Trumbull website.
We're trying to get town hall to be able to take credit card payments for stuff.
I think she's right. I think we're going to lose people.
If somebody, I don't have PayPal, so if somebody, we want to send it all to Bill?
I'll take your money. So we can get a credit card set up for you fairly quickly. Our new credit card vendor, they do this all the time, and they have some remote, kind of like remote devices that can take in the field, just with a Wi-Fi signal or something like that.
Can we add a credit card payment option or some sort of payment option like that on the Trumbull Day website for sponsors? This family sponsorship, do that on the website as a link?
Would we need to get town permission to do that? I'm concerned that both PayPal and the credit cards, you need some authorization to do that. I think, Bill, I'm not on the town. I'm not in the town, but I would think that we'd need that.
So why don't I just hold off on posting anything about friends and families, and Bill and I talk every day.
What you could do, Kath, is it's going to be on the website, right? So you could post the website.
And then
we could always add the button.
And I think Tracy's right, especially with younger families that have just moved in or that are new to town. If they have to, I don't even know where, I'm not a young family, so I want to make sure we all know that, but I don't even know where my checkbook is any longer. Like, I never use a check, so they might, it might be a pain for them, where the younger families, they're Venmoing and, at least if you could credit card, it would be a lot easier, but they might say, well, we're just not going to do it because we're not going to take the time
to mail the check and find a stamp.
Yes.
And stamps are I know where my checkbook is, stamps. Bill, do you think that, I want to know if Bill, if we could get this set up by Monday so we could, just post this, but we'll let him say goodnight to his little guy.
Occupied.
If
the website is there, so we can always add the payment option.
Yeah.
The website is up, and
just make sure the website's on there. And I don't think it is, by the way.
It is. I gave updated information to Patty Zablocki the other day. Kathy and I were working on.
Yeah, but on Kathy's draft for
I thought you meant. Okay, I thought you meant
there's not. I'd have to put the.
In the letter.
To put the website on it. And hey, Bill, if we work on this tomorrow and Friday and whatever, could it be up and running by Monday?
Like, I got nothing else to do.
Well,
I'm kidding. Yes, we can probably, in all seriousness, we can probably get this.
So I'll hold off on putting this anywhere until we get that information, and then we can just put it on the website. It'll go e-blast to everybody who gets the e-blast. Put it on Facebook.
Yeah,
we'll do it
and or just send them to the town's website, Trumbull Day website. And then if we decide we're going to be able to do family sponsorships with credit cards, it'll be just an additional button. But we've already sent them to that site. Does that make sense?
Yes.
It probably does when I go back and listen to the meeting again.
Okay. I assume our town of Trumbull Day 2021 webpage is active. I haven't checked.
Yes, it should be.
Right. So just send everyone there and we'll update everything there, is my point.
Okay.
So you probably could mail those if you wanted to. Just
I'm not mailing this. This is just social media. And I will do a little press release for Donang.
Want me to put it on? Oh, sure.
Excellent. Anything else under sponsors? Good job. I like all this pages. Thank you, Miss Kathy. Do we need a motion to accept the sponsorship report?
Sure, I'll make a
No.
motion. This is Tracy. No motion.
I
I'll
thought-
second it.
It would probably just be easier to accept all the reports with one vote at the end.
Yes, ma'am.
You can move to do that?
Yeah, when we're done with all the reports,
Okay.
we just move to accept the report.
I think we can even do that by unanimous consent.
You probably could, Mr. Ruspo. Would make me very happy.
Under equipment order.
You know, Kathy, we have people on the committee that are still waiting for assignments. Jennifer and Lisa, I'm looking at you too, and even though you're looking at a photo of me. So can we use them in going after some of our quotes that we need to get?
I'm also doing the volunteering with Tracy.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. You can certainly decline any of this. Jennifer, are you looking for more assignments?
I can try. Yeah. What were you saying I would need to do?
I need to order tables, chairs, tents, generators,
Shirts.
shirts. Yeah, we're gonna have to
Yeah,
order new shirts.
We'll handle that at the next meeting. As far as generators, Kathy, I will handle the generators through purchasing and Kevin and Megan and Stewart Amusement and see
Okay.
If we
I'll
can.
look into t-shirts because I have a senior and I have a friend who looked into all the Trumbull High t-shirts. So I'll see what price she got for those.
Okay,
And Kathy, you can send Jennifer all the, who you've used before for tables, chairs, all that.
absolutely.
Right.
The problem is you have to have 3 quotes, but let me check tomorrow and see if I know the company that's the cheapest because we use it every year. So I'll go back and I'll send you what I sent, and I will find out if purchasing will get the other quotes. If they won't, then all you have to do is go online and ask for a quote for, 50 tables, 60 chairs, and they send them, and then I just attach the quotes. It's just, things are crazy here, and trying to work one person in an office because of COVID, I can't do it because the phones ring incessantly. So it just needs a little concentration. But I can send you what I've got and then tell you what to do with it.
Okay.
If that's okay.
And Jen, we can help you.
And Jen, if we're overloading you,
Yeah,
or
say so.
Kathy does, please stop us and we'll,
Because
we'll do
Abby's
all-
not here and Abby doesn't have,
okay.
she's got the fire department piece, and that's it.
Is there any equipment that we traditionally order how about the tent? We need to get on the tent?
We have to get on the tents.
That's-
I'm sorry to say that we lost the tents that we did own, along with the boxes of tablecloths and other things in our sewage flood in the basement. So
Wow.
I wasn't going to wash them all. So
Oh.
they went in the dumpster. So we're
that
going to have
stinks.
to, we lost a lot of stuff down there. One of the waste pipes broke.
None of that was covered by insurance?
Definitely.
I got you. Okay. So we have to reorder those, but those have typically come from the people that a lot of it has come from the people that did the chairs and tables, right? The tent did, I know.
Yes, we did the big tent. Yes, and I think we want the Trumbull High tent, correct?
Yeah.
We're going to do that.
Yes.
And are they vendors, food vendors?
Yes, and I told them we wanted the tent. We just
Okay.
needed to make that final with them, but they're
Okay.
planning on giving us the tent for that weekend.
Okay.
Yep. And
So
they're
we
going to do the
do-
recycling.
Public Works puts up the town tent. We order one tent, one big tent from the table and chair company. And it's up to you, Preston. We talked about purchasing our own tents. I'll store them other than in the basement with the waistline. I'll put them up in the attic. Do we want to buy or do we want to rent tents from the tent company?
Based on where we are in our budget, I think we look at renting them again.
Okay. Okay.
Those ones I
Yeah.
saw at Walmart were $80. Those
Were
white
how
10
much?
by 10s. Remember they were $80? I sent you a photo.
Yes, you did.
when I was
I
at
didn't
Walmart.
hear the price.
Oh, we don't have any tents at all.
Let me talk to Dimitri because he has tents for rec, but since his rec programs are starting up, I don't know if we can use them. We might be able to use them for 4th of July weekend. He wouldn't have any activities going on. So let me talk to Dimitri about his tents.
Well, the answer on renting or purchasing isn't mutually exclusive either.
Right.
Maybe we should be buying some and renting some this year.
Well, let me see. We may have, if we have enough corporate sponsors who want a tent, usually they don't, but we had a few, the window guy, the Royce, couple people that wanted a tent, then maybe we'll purchase the few that we need for
Yeah.
our sponsors and borrow others for the beer and wine and other things we need tents for.
All right, is there anything other equipment we forgot?
How about the TV screen that we're talking about using? Did Bridget say that we might be able to get that from the sound company or we need to figure that out?
We didn't ask. It was sort of a off the cuff idea last month, Trace. Again, I think if we do that, we probably could rent one for the cost of them, even though they're weatherproof. I bet you they're in the $2,000 to $3,000 range to rent it. I would think it's a couple of $100 a day. We may have to adjust the budget if we decide to go that way, but I don't see any other way to do family sponsorships easily, cost effectively, and using that money to make money without making something quick and easy. Kathy had the idea of doing lawn signs, and which means we'd have to buy the lawn signs, get them printed, and even last minute have to deal with putting them together and putting them up. So it was sort of an idea to avoid all that.
Do you want me to ask Bridget if she'll check with the sound people if they have an idea of where we could rent that?
Would you do that, please?
They might know people in the DJ business and everything might have those, so.
Yeah, and it doesn't have to be necessarily a big one. It could be two little ones, put it on both sides of the stage. It doesn't matter. The only thing we will need is a laptop, I would assume, that has the ability to run PowerPoint. And two cables that we do. Yeah.
So do we have an AV department inside the town or in one of the schools where we can borrow some sort of TV? Yeah.
You're looking at him. He's right
Do
there.
you not have a TV and a projector or a laptop that we could use that's owned by the town that we can put on the stage? And
Even just a
I mean, if I'm
projector
creating the
screen.
PowerPoints have endless amounts of papers that we could add anybody's name who wants to donate money. So,
Right. That's the idea.
yeah.
So Uncle Bill,
I mean, come on, free. We need free.
Projector I can do. Laptop depends on the day. As you might imagine, they're all being used. But I think we'll make it work. We'll find something. We'll just borrow Paul Brown's laptop.
If the only requirement is a laptop with that has the ability to show these things, I can donate mine for a couple days.
we have a screen, right, Bill?
Yes, we have a screen.
We have a screen. Well, we just solved
Yeah, where the screen is going to go may be the issue, which is why I said TV's like down the bottom while the bands are playing. So we'll deal with that. If we have the ability to do it, the answer to the question is we might have to rent something, but I don't think we're talking about big enough money.
Okay. I'm so glad you're on our meetings, Bill. When we go back live, would you come?
Depends on how bedtime goes.
I know tonight's is taking an ugly turn for you.
Anything else under equipment order?
So if you could just get me a motion to approve all reports.
We'll do that. The only one left is other business, and I did write down advertisement, but I'm not sure why I did.
I just
Anyone know
asked
why?
Because I left it
about it.
off the reports.
Perfect.
Yeah.
But I think we hit it. If not,
I have a quick question about that. I forget, does Stuart give us some signage to put around
He
town
will
and we
be-
have our own
he-
signs?
He puts up signs himself.
And then we have some left over, Kathy? The metal?
Dana has one. Dana, are you there?
So we've got the banner that has the removable vinyl. I gotta find-
beautiful.
And then so the banner is there and we just have to get the vinyl patches to change the date. I just
Right.
gotta find the banner. I'm hoping the banner survived I'm hoping the
Okay.
banner survived.
Okay.
Dimitri should be able to tell you that, right? Dimitri should be able to.
No, it would be Kevin Petrillo who was left to relocate what was saved. But I'm thinking the banner survived.
Good.
The big one for town hall.
Beautiful.
And I reached out to Mike Miller, who did advertising for us before, because I couldn't remember what we spent on social media advertising. And he said we did $500 with Facebook to push out the ads. I asked him if it was worth it. He said it depends on, how much you trust Facebook and the algorithms and where it's going. But for $500, it's pretty good advertising and it reaches way more than just the newspaper would. So I don't know if we plan to do that again. Bridget and I had said we would, do the social media stuff, but I didn't know if we were going to actually pay to do that kind of advertising through the social media.
I think that's money well spent.
Agreed.
Okay, so Bridget and I will figure that out. We won't do it till, 2 weeks before the event. He did it like 10 days out, just really pushed.
Did we have Weeby 108 there last time? Did Weeby come and set up next to the stage?
We had an issue with them 3 years ago. I don't remember if they did it 2 years ago.
2 years ago, I'm pretty sure they did not. They wanted to bring in a sponsor.
Yeah.
And
Okay. But there's no reason we can't
reach out to them. Yeah.
reach out to Weeby and WICC to advertise it.
Yeah, and if Vicky can get on WICC in the morning, probably in another 30 days would be great.
Okay.
You know my motto, always selling.
Can I ask a question about the t-shirt? Because I have my friend on the other line because she got a good deal. She knows somebody. How many t-shirts, because I wasn't there for, how many t-shirts do you usually get?
2
10.
per commissioner. And then Vicky, me,
Okay, so how many is that? How is,
9, 18, probably
20, say 22 to be safe.
okay,
24. Is that safe, Kathy?
I would say 24.
okay.
And Bill Chin gets one that says AV.
20
Yes.
bucks.
That's right.
I'd recommend if there's a price break at 25, it might be cheaper to get 25 than 24.
25 of them, yeah.
But ask.
This is just it's a friend of a friend, so I'm just trying to, if they're gonna they just did all the Trumbull High, so I'm thinking because I have that in, they just got a huge order that hopefully, I don't remember, do you remember what we paid before?
No, but we have the bill.
We can
Okay.
look that up.
You can look, yeah.
Okay, good,
Yeah.
all right.
I vote that we do not go back to the first shirts that we got that were sized very, very small.
They look very nice on you, Kathy.
I'm better at food trucks than I am on t-shirts.
They ran a little, Lisa, so want to make sure people are comfortable in their shirts.
I will, listen, any t-shirt I put on, I'll be comfortable, Kathleen, because there's no big boobs going on in this house.
Well,
Moving on. Other than our next meeting date, any other committees we did not hear from?
nope. You got
Okay,
it.
Preston, you're up on, you want to do 2 weeks? You want to do 3 weeks? Your thoughts?
Can
I
I
think,
just get, Joe, can you just get a motion to approve all reports?
Be my pleasure. I'd like to entertain a motion to, under unanimous consent, approve all committee reports tonight.
I will second.
moved.
This is Tracy.
Seconded by Lisa.
All those in favor?
Tracy, I'm getting you first and Lisa second. All right.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Unanimous consent just means if nobody opens their mouth, we're done.
Good. Next date, Preston, you're up.
I'm thinking, I think that as we get closer, we'll have to meet more, but I don't see any problem in waiting 3 weeks. If we communicate our progress and we have any questions and we need help, just reach out as a committee member to all of us and so we can jump in. But I don't think there's any reason to meet 2 weeks from now unless somebody disagrees.
I just want to make sure that if we're reaching out on email, it's not a meeting because
Right.
that violates FOI. So if somebody needs help with something, reach out, but just make sure we're not communicating back and forth on email because that constitutes a meeting. So you say 3 weeks would be today's 28th.
It's May 19th. I know I have a Madison PTA meeting that night, so I can't do the 19th if you're doing a Wednesday, but
We could do Tuesday.
Tuesday, the 18th. Good for everybody?
is that good for Bill?
Bill is checking on it.
Okay.
It's thumbs up. Let's go with the
Thumbs up.
18th then.
All right, 7:00 on the 18th.
Excellent. Any other discussions on the floor? Okay, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn, Joe. I would like to say you've done an excellent job tonight.
Well, I like your picture, I will say.
I just took it yesterday.
There you go. We are adjourned. Thank you.
I need a second. I need a second.
Second. Thank you.
Thank you.
All set.
I don't know
Thank
who
you.
seconded.
Thank you.
Preston
Healthy, everybody.
seconded. I made the motion.
Okay.
Or Preston made the motion, I seconded. Tracy, did you second that?
I'll second it. Sure.
That's what I thought.
Tracy Gallus seconds adjourning.